I'm going to show you how to make sweet potato balls.
When I was young in Thailand, we often went for walks in the evenings with my aunts and sisters. We would always come across little street food shops. One of the treats we shared was sweet potato balls. Khanom khai nok katha. We ate them hot, served in little paper bags. To make them, we need very few ingredients. Peel half a pound of sweet potato. It works with any sweet potato, white, orange, or purple. Sweet potatoes are perfect for making desserts. Cut it into fairly large pieces. Then put them directly into the steamer. I don't place them in a container. It would prevent the water from draining, and the potatoes would absorb too much moisture. Steam for 15 minutes. After cooking, remove the lid to let evaporate for 15 minutes. Put the potatoes in a large container and mash them. You can also use a fork. Add 1 cup of tapioca starch, 4 tablespoons of sugar, and half teaspoon of salt. First, mix with a spatula. Then knead for a few minutes by hand. Press well to combine the ingredients. The starch gives the balls elasticity and a very pleasant chewiness. In some preparations, a little coconut milk is also added. Here, my dough is soft, so I don't add any. If your dough seems too dry, you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of coconut milk. And if your dough is too soft, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of tapioca starch. Let it rest for 10 minutes, covered. The starch absorbs the moisture from the potato, and the dough becomes a little firmer. Then form small balls using half a teaspoon. Even if they aren't quite round, they will be very pretty after frying. They are the size of a small cherry. It's very easy and quick to make. Make about 50 balls. Now heat a large wok or a wide frying pan over medium-low heat with about 3/4 inch of vegetable oil. Check the temperature. We start frying when the oil reaches about 250 degrees Fahrenheit. You can test the temperature by putting 1 ball. The bubbles that form around it should be small, like this. Fry about 15 balls. Stir them for 1 minute. Doing so, we prevent them from sticking together. The oil temperature continues to rise gradually. Lower the heat slightly to stabilize the temperature around 300 to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. After 1 minute, the meatball crust has slightly hardened. The cooking will take another 3 to 4 minutes. Using a slotted spoon, press down on the balls while rotating them. Don't be afraid to press down a little hard. They won't burst. This technique is what makes them rise. No need to use baking powder. The balls increase in volume, they are more airy, and they have a pleasant texture. When they have roughly doubled in size, stop pressing them and continue rotating. Watch the temperature carefully. If it's too high, the outside of the balls will be overcooked and the inside undercooked. They will also be less fragrant. They are golden brown. Remove them and place them on a rack. They have doubled in size. The sweet potato balls are ready. Enjoy them warm. Bon appétit! The balls are delicious, slightly crispy, soft, and very pleasant to chew. You can really taste the sweet potato flavor. Surprisingly, they aren't soaked in oil. That's thanks to the starch. The texture of the inside of the balls is reminiscent of Japanese mochi cakes. Here's a quick reminder of the key points for making successful sweet potato balls. Let the sweet potato pieces dry out after steaming. Make small balls. Keep a close eye on the oil temperature. Press down firmly on the balls while frying to help them puff up. Thank you, and see you at the next homemade dish.